Discovering Bavaria began with a visit to the Hall of Liberation in Kelheim. The beauty of this building astounded me, but it was what we found inside that took my breath away. There are a total of 34 angels in this rotunda, and walking into the building you could feel the power. The monument commemorates the victories against Napoleon's armies during the Wars of Liberation from 1813 to 1815. The dome was, of course, absolutely spectacular. The angels, or goddesses, are holding bronze shields, which bear the names of the battles of the Wars of Liberation, and they themselves are made of marble. There are 83 steps to the outer viewing platform, and a further 40 leading up to the inner gallery, and I felt every one of them, but the view was worth it. This building affected me deeply. What goes up must eventually come down. I was delighted to be able to walk up to the angels and run my hand along the smooth marble. This is one experience I won't forget anytime soon. After this, we headed to Falkenhof Schloss in Rosenburg, a privately run falconry located in the Rosenburg castle. The birds were absolutely exquisite, and I loved the beauty of this eagle. The birds are free to come and go as they please, and the center helps in the preservation and creation of habitats for many species of birds of prey. This young eagle was being collected for the show we were about to watch, and had a lot to say for herself.
You're a noisy Oh, look at you! Hello! Are you showing off?
The castle lies on the back of a mountain overlooking the Altmühltal and has a museum of hunting and falconry within. We decided to sit in the beer garden and have a little apple strudel and coffee before the show. It was superbly delicious. The falconry demonstrations are held in the castle courtyard, which is where we headed next.
Diese Weißkopfseeadler haben schon eine ziemliche Odyssee hinter sich. In 1881 gab es einen Regierungsdialog in einigen nordamerikanischen und kanadischen Provinzen.
He's coming up behind us.
Euromünzen zu finden.
Ready? Oh my God!
Unser Seeadler verabschiedet sich nun seinen letzten Flug auf seinem Platz.
This little guy is following his buddy, as he has an egg for him.
Ist ein Beutespezialist und ich habe hier für ihn ein handelsübliches Hühnerei. Und der Schmutzgeier würde den Einhalt gern.
He also needs a rock or sharp object to crack the egg open so that he can eat it.
Und geknackst, Applaus für unseren Schmutz. Das Ihr Revier, das Ihr Zuhause.
Here comes my favorite participant in the show, as he was priceless.
Verteidigen. Damit es unter unseren Greifvögeln zu keinerlei Revierstreitigkeiten kommt, sind diese eben angebunden. Wir können auch hier während des Flugtrainings immer nur diese Greifvögel zusammenfliegen lassen, die wir auch in freier Natur akzeptieren würden. Ja, und eine dritte sehr häufig gestellte Frage: Liegen diese Greifvögel nicht weg?
Don't we all know an old man who walks like this?
Ein junger vorne Greifvogel aufsteigt und vom Wind aufgetrieben wird.
I had a few silent moments with this lovely one. I hope you enjoyed the show. After our morning at the falconry, we headed up through a quaint little village to Burg Prunn, a medieval castle perched high above the Altmühl River. After it was acquired by the Frauenburg Knights, it became a cultural center devoted to German poetry. In 1575, the Prunner Codex was discovered in Burg Prunn, a manuscript of the Nibelungenlied, an epic poem written around 1200 in Middle High German by an anonymous poet. The Nibelungenlied is a treasure of German history. We stopped by the Holzbrücke Essing on our way home, a curved wooden bridge completed in 1986. Apparently, according to my friend, it was the longest uncovered wooden bridge in Europe until a bridge was built on Lake Zurich in 2001. It has a lovely view over the main Danube Canal and was fun to walk due to its springy construction. A new day, a new adventure. We started with a hike from Kelheim, a town in Bavaria, heading for the Weltenburger Kloster, a Benedictine monastery situated on the Danube. It was a beautiful walk, some of it along the Danube, some of it high above the iconic river. We passed an old Franciscan monastery that was built as a hermitage in 1454. Today the monastery is privately owned and can be visited, including its beer garden. It is Germany after all. Unfortunately, due to a COVID outbreak, it was closed when we passed by.
Even the monks serve beer.
Eventually we came out of the forest above the river and made our way to the crossing to the Weltenburger Kloster.
Across the river.
You have to call for a boat to help you cross the swiftly flowing Danube, and it cost us €1.50 each to take the short trip. It was a unique experience. The monastery was beautiful, and the chapel is one of the most unique and breathtaking you will ever see. Unfortunately, my camera didn't do it justice, but it's worth a Google search. We sat down to Obatzda, old Bavarian potato soup, a beautiful caraway seed bread, and of course, beer. We walked some of it off as we wandered above the monastery. Rather than hike back to Kelheim, we took a ferry boat down the Danube, which was very well equipped.
The coffee area? I know. Are we going up here?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard.
The ride back was picturesque, and a recorded voice pointed out interesting facts and information as we passed certain points on the riverbank. Soon we pulled back into the town of Kelheim and went for a walk through the wonderfully colorful downtown area. On my last weekend in Bavaria, my friend decided that we needed to visit the Bavarian forest. But on the way, we stopped at this Glassblower in Mauth. And this is what he is about to make. I loved his owls and cockatoos, and bought one of these swans for a dear friend. Then we headed to the National Forest and began our day with the treetop walk. With a total length of 1,300 meters, including the ramp in the tower we are about to see, the walk winds its way through beeches, firs, and spruces. There were plenty of learning and activity stations along the way. This one I enjoyed in particular. Finally, we arrived at the highlight of the walk, the tree tower, which extends 44 meters into the air. My knees were very happy that it was a ramp and not stairs, and the view from the top was spectacular and definitely worth the climb. Then it was time to head into the forest's animal sanctuary. We saw many types of birds, including a large variety of owls, which I love.
About 100 animals of these species live.
We passed some wild pigs, and then enjoyed the show that this otter put on for us.
Buddy.
This is a good view. The highlight was definitely this bear couple. We saw the male bear first and watched him forage for food before the female made an appearance and put on a show for us.
Do a little dance.
She looked at us as if we were dinner, and I can't say I blame her. After a good night's sleep and a healthy breakfast in the garden, we hit another trail in Spiegelau, which definitely tested my knees. These guardrails helped a little, but there weren't many of them.
Gesundheit.
With Germany being a Catholic country, we came across Maria many times on our hike. We picked some fresh apples as we wandered past trees proffering an abundance of them, and hauled ourselves to the top of the climb. Then it was off to sample a little Kneipp Hydrotherapy in freezing cold temperatures. But what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to walk through those wooden barriers to the other side because it's cold.
Yes.
And it's supposed to stimulate blood flow.
Circulation.
And so when you get to the other side,
You're frozen and happy.
okay. You're frozen and happy. Those are two words that do not go together in my vocabulary. Sweet Mother of God. Whoo!
But not more than...
Okay, this is painful. I'm gonna to this. Oh my God, this is painful.
You're lucky that it's on your feet and not up to the knees. Oh my God. Aber gut, dass so wenig Wasser drin ist.
Suffice it to say, I was not frozen and happy. But it did feel good once the pain subsided and I made it back to the other side again. Then it was time to say goodbye to our wonderful weekend away. And a few days later, Bavaria. Thank you for watching.